I think that a sculptor, when they build a work, they use lots of conventions, and they try for the different ways that they might build illusion. People might not understand the difficulty of it. It might seem simple, but you know, the way that you put lines together, the way that you craft the shapes, all of those things are subtle and take a lot of energy, and the mark of a good sculpture is one that seemed like completely easy. Other people walk up and say, God, I could do this. I don't mind that illusion being projected because I think that it adds to the vulnerability and the personability of the piece. I use volunteers in my work, and I mean, of course, I love the challenge of setting a new work in its space, but the way that it gets built is by taking people that don't know that much about sticks and calling them on their best intentions and forming them up into a group of people that turn into stick workers. And for just a minute, we all work together in this great endeavor to make something beautiful and something that fits together in the space and something that has a lot of resonance with the public that walks by. In this particular piece, you know, it intrudes back into the lawn and it starts on the walkway, so it's not so difficult to get into the piece. If you put something way in a field, you know, nobody's going to see it. They're not going to go down there. In this particular place, we're using saplings that came from the basket makers' backyards that are here in Corvallis. What I'm trying to do with these shapes is just to come up with kind of galvanizing shapes that get attention and make people want to look at them. If you know that it's attached into the ground, you feel one way about it. If you can't see how it's attached, you think it just sits lightly there. That's a whole different way of thinking about it, you know. So I'd rather people think that these things there's a certain whimsy, ephemerality, impermanence, you know, possible. You could possibly harm it easy, you could push it, it'd fall over. It's not going to happen. If you push it, you realize how tough it is. One hut tends to move one direction, the other hut tends to move the other. So it's kind of a little bit confusing. And you know, the pathway that goes through it is not a direct one. You have to dodge in and out. So it's just a matter of asking, hey, what makes things interesting? I guess the thing is divided into two things. It's the making of it and the viewing of it. I'm the maker, and so I get my pleasure out of actually building the piece. And then I turn it over to the viewers, and they get a chance to look at it and evaluate and decide whether they like it or not. It does cast an illusion of a kind of a world of simplicity or being one with nature. And so, you know, the sculptures can be transportive. You can forgive your surroundings and accept this illusion of kind of simple life. You feel like you could just live there and be a creature, not really be part of the collecting, buying consumer society, but one that would be divested of all your worldly possessions, and you could just simply be out there in the Garden of Eden and commune as a creature with the rest of the natural world.